Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's right here, right back at you with a new video. WrestleMania just ended, and of course I'm going to go over everything that happened. And oh my god, mind-blowing event. I love the event. I'm going to move my camera a little bit because I don't see you guys see my closet of dead bodies. I'm just kidding. First things first, I'm going to quickly record this because The Walking Dead starts in 15 minutes, and I missed it because WrestleMania, obviously, it's logic. I paid $9.99 for WrestleMania. Walking Dead's free. Walking Dead's a rerun. I actually missed most of COD Champs when I got home. I saw some of it. I actually had it on here, and then on the 360 in my other room, I had WrestleMania on for the pre-show. And I'm going to have a video tomorrow about COD Champs. I'm just going to quickly give a shout out to Denal for winning the $1 million tournament. First things first, let's just get right into WrestleMania results, and let's get right into everything. On the kickoff show, there was a tag team match. It was a four-way tag team match. Kid and Cesaro retained it. It was a pretty decent match all around. There was some cool spots and everything, but whatever. The next thing was the Memorial Battle Royal. A lot of people thought Mizdow was going to win. The biggest thing to take away from that was Mizdow eliminating The Miz and pretty much quitting being the assistant. But he didn't win. Big Show won. And you can say what you want. I'm actually kind of happy he won because he wasn't my pick. I wanted Mizdow to win just like pretty much everyone else did. Or Hideo Itami from NXT, but they kind of didn't use him correctly. He just kind of was just in there, and he eliminated like one person and did some kicks, and the crowd was cheering for him because if you watch NXT, and a lot of people do watch NXT now, you know who Hideo Itami is, and they were like, let's go Hideo, just like they do chant for him in NXT. So that was kind of cool, but at the same time, they kind of didn't really use him as much because Big Show kind of just eliminated him after he got eliminated. He eliminated some person, I forget who it was. But anyhow, Big Show won. A lot of people compare Big Show to Andre the Giant, so him winning was kind of cool. It kind of solidifies Big Show. Me personally, as I get it, he didn't need it, but at the same time, it was kind of cool. It was a cool moment in my opinion. But that was on the pre-show. The first match of the night was the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. It was a great match. Did it steal the show? No, I'm sorry. Didn't steal the show. There was so many more moments and matches that were better than it. Kind of sucks that it went down the way it did. I mean, the match was great. Don't get me wrong. But everyone kept saying Ziggler and Bryan and them, we're going to steal the show. We're going to steal the show. They didn't. I'm sorry, you guys kind of failed in that aspect because there was just so many more cooler things that happened. But the match was great, and that's not saying it's a bad thing because this pay-per-view is great. It's like one of my favorite WrestleManias in quite a while. But Daniel Bryan came out and won. So we start WrestleMania off as WrestleMania. We started off the way it ended last year with Daniel Bryan walking out as the champion. That was cool. That was great. In the back, he ended up having a moment with Pat Patterson, first Intercontinental Champion, Roddy Piper, Intercontinental Champion, a legend, Bret Hart, former multiple-time Intercontinental Champion, a legend, and Ricky Dragon Steamboat, a legend, former Intercontinental Champion. He, had one of the greatest matches ever with Randy Savage. May he rest in peace. WrestleMania 3. And then Ron Simmons showed up and said, "Damn, that was pretty funny." He never had nothing to do with the Intercontinental Championship, but it was pretty funny. But Daniel Bryan won. To me, I like that the Intercontinental Championship is being the way it's being right now. It's given to the best wrestler. It's they're trying to do what they used to do. Back in the day, the Intercontinental Championship was given to the best wrestler, and they toned, and that means more exposure, more TV time to mold him into an entertainer to be a world champion. That's how it used to be. Obviously, if you guys look at the list goes on and on. Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Stone Cold, The Rock, they all were former Intercontinental Champions at one point before becoming a main event superstar because they were all good wrestlers, and that's the wrestler's title. A lot of legends and superstars will tell you that is the title for them. So kudos to Daniel Bryan for bringing that back the way it is because he is probably the most overstar, and having him elevate the title back to what it used to be is a great thing for it and everyone else. The next match was Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. It was a good match. It was a great technical match. Seth Rollins, my boy, put on a good show with Randy Orton, who's also a great technical in-ring. They did really good chemistry in the ring together. Randy Orton did win. It was a great finish. Seth Rollins tried to go for a curb stomp, and when Rollins had his head near the neck, Orton just powered it up. He lifted Rollins in the air and caught him in an RKO. That was arguably the best RKO I've ever seen in my entire life. Maybe second because the one on Evan Bourne's still the best in my opinion. So I would say second best, or tied for second with the one he had on Dolph Ziggler a couple months ago when he flipped up the power bomb and caught him. That was pretty cool. Next match was Triple H and Sting. That to me stole the show. The entrances were great. Sting had a cool entrance. Triple H had an awesome entrance with the Terminator. He came up from under the stage, dressed up as like the Terminator kind of. It was pretty cool, pretty sick. They had a good match. DX came out. Just break it down. Then they came out. I was like, what the fuck is going on? They said the match was no disqualification. I don't remember them ever even saying that the match was no DQ. They came out. Sting's attacking them, and then the NWO comes out. Like the song hits. Hogan, Nash, and Hall come out in NWO shirts. So it's kind of like WCW versus WWE. So they all are fighting outside except for Sting and Triple H. And then eventually the sledgehammer gets brought into the match. Bat gets brought into the match. The bat breaks the sledgehammer. Then Sting tries to go for a stinger splash. He hits him. He tries to go for it again, and Triple H has the half of a sledgehammer and hits him in the face. He wins. Triple H beats Sting. A lot of people are upset by that. I saw on Twitter. Me personally, I'm not that mad by it. It's not. People are looking too much into it. I think people are looking into it as whatever. I don't know what the hell you guys are looking at it as. It's Sting's first match. He should win. That's not true. You don't fucking come in as a W. That's not necessarily true. Sometimes you lose. I feel like this match was more about actually WCW. Sting was the final nail in the coffin of WCW that we had to beat, and we beat him. At the end of the match, the Triple H broke kayfabe. Triple H breaking kayfabe since 1996. I said that on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, by the way, at @ER_Ordai for my little random updates and stuff. And he shook his hand. The NWO were picking up Sting, Triple H. DX picked up Triple H, and they're like all in the ring. They're about to fight. Triple H kind of like broke the crowd up and just looked at Sting and put his hand down. And then Sting like looked at the crowd and they shook the hands, and everyone started cheering and clapping. It was a great moment. Definitely didn't expect that, but it was out of respect. But I don't think this is Sting's last match. Just the way it ended, it just didn't seem right. But yeah. Anyhow, the next match was AJ and Paige versus the Bellas. A decent Divas tag match. AJ and Paige did win. AJ put Nikki in the Black Widow, and they won. Next up was Cena versus Rusev. Decent match. I feel like the one at Fastlane was better. The match wasn't that bad. John Cena did win, so Rusev finally has been defeated. The streak is over. Ironically, 2 streaks at WrestleMania have ended at WrestleMania. So Rusev lost at WrestleMania. The ending was pretty much Rusev was trying to attack John Cena. He jumps out the way. He hits Lana. Then he turns around, attitude adjustment, 1, 2, 3, done. Next up was a segment. This is actually pretty funny. The segment was Triple H and Stephanie comes out. They're talking about the attendance. They broke the record. 78,000 plus people were there. Awesome. And then Stephanie and Triple H go back into heel mode because they came out as like, oh, you guys broke the attendance. Good job. You guys broke it because we, own all of you, and we own everything. We own this ring, and we own the arena. If you smell, The Rock comes out. This motherfucker has the greatest work ethic ever. He flew. He was at Saturday Night Live in New York last night to get to California tonight. Your work ethic is amazing, Dwayne. I tip my hat off to you if I had one. The segment was great. I felt like it went on a little bit too long, but it was great. It was like a 15-minute talking segment. The Rock comes out, he talks his crap. Stephanie stops him and slaps him in the face and says, "What the hell are you going to do about it, huh? What are you going to do about it? Get out of my ring." The Rock actually steps out of the ring. Then he walks to the other, around the ring, and stops and looks at the crowd. Because there's this one girl in the crowd, because Stephanie said, "Are you going to hit me? You're going to hit a woman?" Ronda Rousey, UFC Women's Welterweight Champion. He grabs her from over the ring. They go back in the ring. Ronda fucking Rousey in front of Stephanie McMahon. The greatest moment ever. That was the craziest shit ever. I don't care. I love Ronda Rousey. She's a badass. She's the female Brock Lesnar, as I've always been saying. She's a beast. She's a conqueror. She beats everyone's ass in quick time. Just to see that. And I've been saying this for the past year now. I'm like, man, what if Ronda Rousey just wanted to become like Brock Lesnar? Like, turn into like this WWE, get a lot of money, don't have to wrestle. Like, you're faking it, because we all know wrestling is a little bit, obviously it's not as UFC. It's not like super real fighting. Although you do get hurt and stuff, but it's still not the same as UFC. What if she came to WWE and just dominated the Divas division and brought back the Women's Championship because she doesn't want to be a diva, because she's a woman, she's a badass bitch who fucked anyone up. And she did fuck up Stephanie. The Rock dropped the mic and said, "Talking's done." He starts hitting her. He starts hitting him, does the spit, slaps him, Rock throws Triple H into Rousey. Rousey freaking just throws him. He falls out the ring. Stephanie tries to slap Ronda. She puts her like in like a freaking submission hold, about to break her and throws her out the ring. It was a cool moment. Definitely loved it. By the way, Ronda Rousey was wearing a Vegeta shirt saying Power Level 9000. I love you. I love you. I would let you punch me in the face for a kiss. Think about it. Anyhow, I have 4 minutes left in this video. The next moment, Bray Wyatt versus Undertaker. And that is where I started to get mad. Not gonna lie. It was a great match, great entrances. You know, Bray Wyatt had some scary scarecrows who turned into zombies who were like, they were all staying there, and they like you thought they were fake, and then he looked at all of them, and like the smoke went into like, their face, and they turned real, and they all start doing this shit, walking with him, and then, you know, Wyatt gets to the ring, Taker comes out, you know, his normal stuff, lightning, smoke, purple lights, hat, coat, the usual, but still cool. I still get goosebumps when The Rock comes out, when Taker comes out, and when Stone Cold comes out, and when Shawn Michaels comes out. Those 4 guys, I don't care how many times you see their same old entrances, when they come out, I get goosebumps. I'm like, wow, it's so cool. Taker comes out. It's a great match. They go back and forth. Not really. Taker, he looked better than he did last year, but he still looked bad. I'm mad because Taker won. He's 22-1 now. The streak doesn't matter anymore. I don't know why people keep bringing up the streak, even me just now. Don't bring up the streak anymore. The streak doesn't matter. It's over with. There's no streak. It's just a record now, I guess you can say. And he shouldn't have won, in my opinion. This was the perfect time to elevate Wyatt back into the main event scene as the biggest heel of the company, although Seth Rollins is probably the biggest heel in the company, but elevate him to that because he needed it. Last year when he lost to Cena, it was the worst thing ever. It threw him down, and then they started bringing him back up throughout the whole year after that with Ambrose and everything. He needed this, in my opinion. I got so mad, so upset. As much as I love Taker, he needed to pass the torch to him so he could become the new face of fear because he needed it more than Taker needed it. Taker didn't need it anymore. Taker just lost. Like, in my opinion, Bray Wyatt should just won and dragged. Like, he should have just won, and then he walks up the ramp dragging Taker's body, like, laughing, like, ha, ha, ha. And that's the last time we see Taker until Hall of Fame when he gets his, of course, first ballot ring. That's how it should have been in. That's it. That should have been it. No Undertaker sad speech goodbyes. That's how he should have been. He should have been carried out in the smokes, in the mirrors, like with the smoke, like this Bray Wyatt just dragging his carcass into the other world like he said he was going to do. But he didn't. He lost, which was stupid. But whatever. Last match, it redeemed itself for me for the Taker Wyatt. Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. First of all, when Lillian was introducing him, Paul Heyman takes the mic and he introduces Heyman with his usual, or Lesnar with his usual Heyman stuff. It was great. The match was dominated by Lesnar, of course. Reigns was smiling a lot, like, like, come on, bring it on. You know, I'm a badass Samoan. Keep hitting me. He hit him with like 20 German suplexes. Not really. It was like I think they kept track. It was like 12. 12 suplexes, not just German. It was like Germans and regulars and fishermen and belly to bellies and all that stuff. He dominated him up until the point where Roman Reigns threw him against the pole outside. He buzzed, like you literally saw Lesnar hit it, and you literally saw him move his head, and then the blood came. Like it wasn't a blade job. It looked like he legit hit the pole. Unless he quickly bladed, which he didn't because he didn't have his gloves on. So it's not like he hit the blade in his gloves because he didn't have his gloves on. He took them off before this happened. He hits him with 2 Superman punches, 2 spears. He kicks out. 4 F5s happen. Seth Rollins' song hits. He runs out. He cashes in. It becomes a triple threat match. Seth Rollins curb stomps Lesnar. He tries to go for a pin. Well, actually, no. He tried to go for a second curb stomp because Reigns rolled out the ring by now. He kicked Reigns out the ring. Lesnar gets up, tries to F5 Rollins. Reigns comes in, spears Lesnar. Lesnar falls out the ring. When Reigns tries to get up, Rollins hits him with a curb stomp. 1, 2, 3. You see the smile on my face? Seth Rollins leaves WrestleMania as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I was the happiest person ever. I had this funny feeling that it was going to happen because it's never happened before. A cash-in has never happened at WrestleMania. So it was the coolest thing that ever happened, in my opinion. I love the way it ended. A lot of people were pissed off, but you know what? Suck it, because the story has to go on. So everything will go the way that you probably want eventually. But right now, it's going the way that I want, and I'm happy as shit. I'm going to wrap this video up with that, though. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, and always, leave a subscribe. Hit that button if you're new to these parts. And as always, if there's a part where you hashtag grace and peace. Oh, by the way, my COD Champs review will be tomorrow, like I said. Peace.